We're back with our series, Skincare That You Don't Need.
But you might want.
I'm Dr. Shah.
Dr. Maxfield.
Welcome back to our channel, Doctorly, where we talk about all things skincare and dermatology. And today we're going to be going through a few things you may have seen online, and we're going to be talking about whether or not it's worth wasting your money on.
That is a great way to say that. So these, again, one of my favorite videos to put out. We're going to talk about it. Should you buy these things for your skin? Are they just a waste of your money? Are you just throwing this down the drain? We'll let you know. Skincare you don't need. Here we go.
Here we go.
If you haven't seen our videos before, I mean, skincare that you need, it's like sunscreen, sun protection, tretinoin. I mean, that gets you so far. Everything else is kind of extra. So the knock on any of these themselves is actually not complete. It's just not foundational. These products, I'm super excited to talk about.
Starting off, we're going to be talking about a lip sleeping mask. A luxurious experience, a joy to one's life, someone would argue. These beautiful lip sleeping masks from Laneige. Now, I've reviewed them before in short format, but do you need a lip mask?
So a lip mask functionally gives you a thick layer of hydration to protect and replump, hydrate your lips, which is interesting because lip balms, by definition, almost all of them are fairly thick as compared to what you use on your skin, where you have like serums, lotions, creams, then your occlusive ointments. How much more do these do for your skin? I think some of that's a little questionable. Beyond occlusion though, they do often offer active ingredients that may have some help. This is beautiful though. Aesthetically,
look at this sleeping mask. This thing is a beauty. And I'm gonna do the famous first grab through it. Look at this beauty here. So
some ASMR here. I will say the spoons, for me it's impractical. I lose them very quickly. Is it delicious, or what are you groaning about over there? You look good, extremely glossy. Let's see what's in this thing. He's still making sounds.
It's like I ate a candy cane.
Ooh, that does sound nice. Also, I'm horrified.
Very glossy. This must be like a special edition one. This is the pink lemonade.
Ooh.
Pink lemonade from Laneige.
Wow, look at this list. This is what I was talking about. Okay, I don't even know where to begin.
Fragrance, limonene, different colored dyes, fruit extracts, pretty much everything that is going to irritate and destroy your lips. It's gonna make you lick your lips more often. You're gonna get lick lippers dermatitis. It's not all that hydrating, quite honestly. It is quite glossy. Smells good.
It does, which I hate. I am so protective of lips because I feel like they're so sensitive. I'm much more likely to accept fragrance and irritating ingredients like menthol camphor on your skin than your lips. I guess that's like my personal battle.
It smells delicious, I'm not gonna lie to you, but this is ultimately going to wreck your lips.
Here, I'll do this. I need to try it. I'm sorry to my lips. I apologize to them in advance. Oh, whew.
Oh, it's like gum.
It is like gum. I feel like I should just eat this. Well, it doesn't taste like anything. It does smell good. I do like the textural experience. I do think it's rich. I think you will enjoy the combination of the smell and the texture. If you want glossy lips, you look very kissable. Congratulations. I would say this is skincare you don't need, and I don't want it. I don't think you should want to use it either.
It's gonna feel great, it's gonna smell great, but it's probably gonna do more harm than good. Now, we've always maintained in the past, limited ingredients in your lip products. You want occlusives in your lip products. You want things that are really gonna lock in hydration onto your lips. There is a product, remedy for dry lips. No, we've always said, Vaseline, Aquaphor, CeraVe Healing Ointment as a night mask, a good option. Remedy for dry lips obviously has all those ingredients that can really lock in moisture, and it's got all the lipids. It's got everything that you need to really lip slug your lips. But in general, look for limited ingredient options for your lips because they are sensitive areas of the body and they do tend to cause swelling, irritation, cracking if you don't treat them right.
And I will say this, addiction. I was thinking about this. I was like, why am I so worked up about these lip ingredients? Like, I'm not that worked up about anything. I 100% believe that chapsticks can be addicting to your lips in two ways. One of which is they make your lips more, which makes the problem worse, and or they make irritation, which causes you to lick the lips more, use the product more. I think all of that is completely legitimate. I think this is a self-perpetuating cycle where if you have this irritation, allergic reaction on your skin, you just stop using it. Like, you don't get more addicted to your moisturizer because you had a bad reaction to it. But with your lips, it's like subtle enough that it creates the problem that it's trying to fix. And that's why I'm obsessive about my lip care.
People do become quote unquote addicted. They're not really addicted. It's just that their lip products actually forcing them to use it more often because of all that irritation. So totally agree with him. Treat your lips right. You don't want products like this, but it is a cool experience. Lip care you don't need, lip care you don't want. Next up, we're doing only pink products today in this video. This is the Sand and Sky Australian Pink Clay Pore Fining Face Mask. Now, this is the question. Is a clay mask a necessary part of a skincare routine? And that's what we're gonna be talking about in general. So we'll talk about this product specifically, but in general, we're talking about clay masks across the board.
My favorite, most funnest videos have been our clay mask videos when we made it. That's still my favorite of all time, I think.
Really? Okay.
I do. That was the best. It's like a cooking show. But what do? They're on your skin. Clay absorbs stuff. I mean, we have used charcoal for the same situation internally. On the outside, they have these clay or charcoal masks sometimes too. And they're hoping that it absorbs toxins and impurities on your skin. This is true. It does absorb stuff. I think it can be helpful. I also think they can be drying and stripping. And I think they're kind of like a facial in that they like accelerate and do a big job, but the bulk of the work is done by the daily decisions. Another applicator. I'm overwhelmed already.
This is like a nice brush applicator. Little brush applicator we have over here. You can paint this onto your face. I don't think I've seen anyone else do this. This is good. This is genius, Sand and Sky.
I like the packaging.
I like the packaging. It's almost like a clay, clay mask.
So while he opens that, like the functional ingredients of kaolin clay, again, that's first and foremost, bentonite, then aloe. Love me some aloe, obsessed with aloe.
Ooh, okay.
Licorice, retinol, vitamin E, witch hazel. What do you? Ooh, I like that.
What?
I like that smell.
It smells like medicine.
Yeah, it does.
All right, I'm gonna just do this one on my hand.
I know we don't have face wash here. And then also has fragrance and limonene again, similar offenders.
Ooh.
That paint's on.
I like this paint on experience. I like this paint on experience overall. I think it's actually quite nice.
Congratulations. I think you added something novel and very functional. That looks great. I agree.
So we'll let this dry while I kind of talk through clay masks.
I'm gonna do it.
Oh, here we go.
No, wait, but my other side is on camera.
I like how he immediately paints it on the face and then smolders afterwards. He looks towards we have a monitor on this side, so that's why if you see Dr. Maxfield looking that way, and then he immediately goes like this.
What, you don't, like no one else applies their skincare like that?
All right, so clay masks in general, I tend to think that they're actually quite good for people with oily skin or people who get a lot of like clogged pores and sebaceous filaments, because it does help to kind of suck out things that are and absorb whatever is really onto your skin. Again, if you have really dry skin, I find that these can be quite drying, but if you have more oily skin or you tend to have pores that tend to get more buildup in them, I think it's actually a good treatment once a week to really kind of try to extract as much as you can out of it.
One of the worst experiences actually I've ever had with skincare was a clay mask. I remember this now. It's the Caudalie clay mask. Remember that video?
Yeah.
I had a terrible allergic irritant reaction during shooting that. My skin barrier is kind of messed up already, so it wasn't just the mask. My skin barrier is perfectly healthy today, and it will be destroyed tomorrow, I think, but... Now, there's something special about this brand though, too, isn't there? So this is sourced from the pristine parts of the country. Australian pink clay is the ultimate detoxifier, absorbing impurities and combating pollution like a boss. Good verbiage. Combined with powerful botanicals, it deep cleanses with skin, refines pores, zero dryness, zero irritation.
Strong claim.
Strong claim. Yeah, and then there's a picture of Australia. And they do a lot, there's like a lot more to what their missions are, which are great. All
It's
right.
taking longer to dry than most clay masks.
I
And
know,
and I think that that's part of the reason why it's so spreadable compared to most clay masks, is most clay masks are pretty chunky and hard to spread. And then this one spreads on like butter, but then now it's taking forever to dry, which fine. I think it gives you a little bit longer of a treat yourself experience. There are other clay masks that have low allergen potential. So even the Aztec clay mask, pretty simple ingredient list. We've talked in the past, do you mix it with water? Do you mix it with ACV? I prefer mixing it with water. I think it's going to be a little bit more gentle on the skin. Kiehl's also has a clay mask, and so does Cetaphil, that are fragrance free. We have to move on from this clay mask because it's got to continue to dry. So next up is your friendly towels, facial towels. These are from the Clean Skin Club. These are 100% biodegradable face towels, and they were created to complete every skincare routine in the cleanest way possible, ensuring that you don't get bacteria and germs on your skin that you would normally get with a regular washroom towel. And they also claim that they are ultra soft. So I've actually went through an entire box of these. So I could say that I actually have enough experience with these to have like a strong opinion about how I feel. So is this skincare that you need?
No, this is not foundational. Really, it's like the core of your foundational skincare routine. Even there, they say it's the bookend for your skincare routine. And I think my first impression, just because I've worked with this company, and like a candid thing, I looked at it, I was like, nah, I'm fine. And then they're like, let me send you some stuff. And then I tried it, and it's like, wow. Like the experience of it really tipped me over the edge. And I even went to Dr. Shaw later. I was like, you have to try these towels, because he hadn't tried them yet. I was like, you have to try them. He said, oh, I have tried them. They're great. Like they feel great. The softness is crazy.
I wanted to hate these towels very, very much. I wanted to shred these towels to bits because, I was thinking like, I already have a towel. Why not just use the towels that I currently have? But then there was this like practicality element of it that came into play for me. So I had positioned these nicely on my counter right next to the sink. And then I would do my skincare routine. Then I would be like, oh, I forgot to grab a new towel. Right? And I'm not very consistent about doing laundry. Let's not talk about the chaos of my life, but I'm not very consistent about doing laundry, right? So what I would do is my face would be actively wet and I'd be like looking for a towel across the room, right? And I can't find a clean towel. I do subscribe to the premise that using a clean towel every night is going to help your skin, especially if you're somebody who's acne prone. My belief is that you could use a towel that you've washed also, especially if you keep them stacked next to the sink. But it just so happens every night I would look up, oh, there's the Clean Skin Club towel. It's looking me right in the face. And so I ended up going through a whole box just out of convenience. And the experience is good. Do I notice a major difference in my skin? No, I think if you use a regular clean towel, it's going to be beneficial. I think if you're someone who's acne prone, who doesn't change your towels out every day when you wash your face, then using a new towel every night could be beneficial. I do actually find the convenience factor, to me, actually quite beneficial.
There's a huge practical side to this product. And I think that's, again, I think we both came from the same place. We're like, nah, wait. Again, everyone's not engaged in skincare. We see teenagers all the time for acne, and they struggle to get one thing on their face a day. And so I think this actually does solve a huge problem for that population because, I washed my towels, I don't want to say, I'm ashamed, who knows, once a month, once every 3 months. I don't even know. That was back in the day, so stop judging.
No, you said it present tense. You definitely said it present tense.
I know a lot of people don't wash their towels regularly. They certainly don't have a slew of towels available to them, and I do think it's helpful, even for eczema. It's not studied, I'm absolutely not making that claim, but having more bacteria on their skin can be harmful in multiple settings. But there's also so it's kind of wasteful, and you can't argue that it's not more wasteful than just using a reusable towel. But I think they did a good job at least putting thought into this. They use bamboo, which from where I live and have lived previously, it grows like weeds. It's insane how fast it grows. It's actually, what do they call that? Invading plant, something like that. So I think that this is actually something we're seeing more of and will continue to see more of. They make a lot of products out of bamboo now. They make utensils out of bamboo. They're making clothing out of bamboo. So I think the direction is going, and I think they nailed the aesthetic side. I was shocked at how soft it was. Now the contrast though, I have actually had my towels for more than 10 years. We actually got them before we got married, and they were hand-me-downs from her parents. So the towels I was using were probably 15 to 20 years old, and there is no sharper contrast to these towels and those. So anyway, I think they did a good job at what they're trying to do. Do you need this product? You don't absolutely need it, but you might want it.
What about just using like a paper towel?
They're scrubby, they're harsh, I think.
What about like a nice Bounty?
How much are you spending on your paper towels?
I would consider the experience of this to be like Bounty Plus, you know? So it's a much softer towel than a traditional paper towel would be. So I'm in agreement with Dr. Maxfield on this one. These are skincare you certainly don't need, but you might either find convenience for them, or you may find benefit to your skin if you're somebody who finds it not something you're actually practically gonna do, which is switch out your towels every night.
Real life friendly.
By the way, this is still, we just did a whole thing on this towel, and this for me is still wet. So this takes a really long time to dry.
This is all gonna come together though. I have a plan with the last 3 products all culminating into one experience at the end of this video. So the last product we're gonna talk about, the La Roche-Posay thermal spring water.
La Roche-Posay thermal spring water. Is this something that you need? Is this something that's extra?
It's so extra.
If you spray it like that, it's certainly extra to do. So what is this thermal water? This is again something that I wanted to hate, but La Roche-Posay, Vichy, Aven, they all have these like special thermal waters or volcanic waters, and they did studies on them, which is devastating to me because otherwise like it would be much easier to tell us like, oh, your magical water, like what is your magical water gonna do for us? But they did some studies on it. They have some interesting like prebiotic, probiotics inside these thermal waters. It can be helpful for the skin. The interesting thing about La Roche-Posay is that they have like a thermal water treatment center in France for people with really bad skin conditions, whether it's psoriasis or eczema, that the government will actually pay people to go to this spa to be treated specifically with their thermal water. And they see profound benefits to the skin in people that they just simply treat with their water. So I don't know what is necessarily causing it in the water, whether it's the mineral balance, whether it is those prebiotics that are in the water, or it's simply just, you know, being treated in that spa setting. Maybe it's more of a psychological effect on the body that leads to an internal decrease in inflammation. Like, who knows? But all I know is that they do it and it seems to work over there. So thermal water in general, I actually think does have benefits. Is it necessary though?
No, it's not necessary. I'm actually very intrigued by the whole concept because it's data driven. I think there are actually a legitimate good amount of studies supporting that there is a benefit with this type of water from that region of the world. The history is kind of fun. Like the brand took me through it recently. It goes way back hundreds of years. It has a very rich history. And I think it's more widely accepted globally. It's interesting. Every time I have people from that region, you know, America, we're like, oh, thermal spring water, this is a gimmick. But over there, it seems accepted. Like, oh yeah, no, that's helpful. That's nice, that works. And so I think we have to kind of come to terms with that whole concept before we can even look at these products. Because like Vichy has water in all of their products. It's like a staple of every single product. Now my mask is never going to dry.
Let's start. All right, that's a lot. You're gonna drown yourself. You're like dripping water. Here's the deal with this. Do you need it in this spray form? No. You're gonna get the benefits of whatever is beneficial about these thermal waters in any La Roche-Posay product, which interestingly enough, hot off the press, La Roche-Posay is the fastest growing brand in the United States this year. So they've exploded over the past year, which I'm not surprised about. They have a lot of great science behind their products. This spray bottle, you don't need it. It does feel nice to spray, and if you're especially somebody who likes to spray water before you apply your hyaluronic acid, this is something that can give you that added boost. Skincare, you don't need, but if you're extra, you might like it.
Extra in the summer, I love it. I love doing like a thermal spring water spray and then like a hyaluronic acid drippy and then like a lightweight moisturizer. Like if I'm in Arizona or Colorado, somewhere horribly dry and barren, that will save my skin. So here is the culmination of all the final products. We had the clay mask. We had the clean skin club towels. We have the thermal spring water. So soft.
I feel like I'm selling pillows. So this is finally dry here, and it's actually kind of a nice experience. It doesn't feel too tight compared to most. So overall, pretty good. Flakes off pretty nicely. Still in general, this one does have fragrance in it. And again, when it comes to clay masks in general, skincare you don't need, but it may have benefits for people, especially if you have oily skin or really clogged pores.
I hate to say it. I hate to say it. But that was the most hydrating, non-stripping. My skin feels great. I've never taken off a clay mask before and felt like my skin wasn't stripped and dry. It feels good.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know in the comments what you want us to review next. We'll let you know. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? Do you need it? Do you not need it? Do you want it? Do you not want it?
Do you want us to not want it for you? But thank you so much. We appreciate you. We'll look for your comments and we'll see you next time. I'm gonna ruin this in a second by putting my finger in it. Yeah. He's like, you're gonna spoil the whole thing.
Smells good.
It does, which I hate. There we go. Ooh. Can I get a wipe from you?
A special use case scenario for makeup wipes.
Thank you. When he came over to shoot the last batch of videos, I was like,
Skincare you don't need, but if you're extra, you might like it.
yeah, extra. And in the summer, sorry, this wrapping has just been destroying this video.
Mask. Ooh, kind of small for a clay mask.
Yeah, unless it goes really far. I mean, that brush is soft.
I don't know how you would ever finish like an Aztec clay. Like those things are huge.
They don't have repeat customers.
It's like a Costco buy.
Like the sand or something is like actually from Australia. First off, shout out to Australia. Every time I go live, I have a lot of people from Australia. I love Australia. I love the people. I love Bluey.
Love the accent. It's one of my top favorite accents.
There it is. Oh yeah, definitely. Accent is top notch. I love coconut water. You know those coconut water drinks? You need those. I'm gonna put that in my need category.
You don't need, coconut water is gross, like when you drink it right out of a coconut.
No, it's not. The first trip I ever took to the DR just had cracking coconuts.
Best fruit, what's the best fruit?
Overall?
Overall.
I don't know. I've always thought highly of pomegranates, but I feel like I'm kind of tired of them.
What?
Yeah, pomegranate.
Mango is like elite.
Mango, elite mango, yes.
Mango's number one. Okay.
I don't know.
Paper towels, who can afford paper towels
so
nowadays?
expensive.
I'm not even kidding. Paper towels, like every single time sometimes I'm like, I need paper towels. I walk past, I look at them, I look at the price, like $8 for a roll. It's like, this is chaos.